The grammar translation method is a method of teaching foreign languages derived from the classical method of teaching Greek and Latin. The characteristics are: first, classes are taught in the mother tongue; second, much vocabulary is taught in the form of list of isolated words; third, little or no attention is given to pronunciation; fourth, reading of difficult text is begun early; and last is long, elaborate explanation of the intricacies of grammar are given. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, students, so for this meeting, we'll learn about native text. But before that, I will explain about what is native text and then what is the purpose and then the generic structure and also the language features. And after that, I will ask you to read the story, and last, you will try to write the story based on the part of the story that I given. Okay, for today's meeting, I will use Indonesian language. Jadi, pertama-tama kita harus mengerti apa itu arti dari narrative text. Jadi, narrative text ini adalah sebuah cerita di mana banyak sekali problematik dan juga komplikasi events, dan juga di narrative text itu kita berusaha buat nyari resolusi atau penyelesaian di mana penyelesaian itu membuat si permasalahan yang tadinya banyak itu jadi selesai. Dan important part atau poin terpenting dari narrative text ini adalah, jadi narrative text ini menggunakan komunikatif naratif gitu kan. Jadi narrative text ini dia bisa disebut juga dengan teks komunikatif. Lalu selanjutnya kita akan membicarakan tentang the purpose of narrative text. Nah, the purpose of narrative text ini sama juga artinya dengan tujuan dari narrative text. Jadi tujuan dari narrative text ini adalah buat menghibur pembaca dari si cerita. Lalu selanjutnya kita akan berbicara mengenai generic structure dari narrative text. Nah, generic structure of narrative text ini disebut juga dengan struktur teks. Nah, struktur teks naratif ada 4. Yang pertama, orientasi. Orientasi ini jadi di mana kita tuh menemukan pengenalan tokoh, entah itu pengenalan tokoh, juga kapan, di mana, dan bagaimana si cerita ini terjadi. Lalu yang kedua ada yang namanya komplikasi. Nah, komplikasi ini tandanya kayak si masalahnya ini mulai muncul gitu, hampir menuju ke klimaks. Setelah itu yang ketiga adalah resolusi. Setelah si masalah ini naik dan sampai ke klimaks, sampai ke ujung, maka di resolusi ini si permasalahan ini turun, yang artinya permasalahan ini terselesaikan. Dan yang terakhir, reorientasi atau koda, di mana ini merupakan closing, penutup. Nah, di reorientasi ini ada namanya moral value atau pesan moral dari cerita. Lalu selanjutnya tentang language features of narrative text. Jadi language features ini ada ciri kebahasaan dari narrative text. Yang pertama, narrative text ini dia menggunakan past tense. Lalu menggunakan adverb of time, keterangan waktu. Lalu time conjunction, yaitu konjungsi waktu, kayak when, then, suddenly, dan etc. Dan juga specific character. Nah, di narrative text ini kita tuh menggunakan specific character, di mana kayak Cinderella, Snow White, Alibaba. Jadi kita tuh gak menggunakan yang namanya general character. Lalu selanjutnya ada action verb atau kata kerja aksi. Contohnya kill, dog, walk, dan sebagainya. Lalu ada direct speech. Jadi di narrative text ini gunanya direct speech ini biar si ceritanya ini hidup. Contohnya, Snow White said, "My name is Snow White." Jadi ya, kalau bisa diartikan tuh, Snow White berkata, nama saya adalah Snow White. Nah, direct speech ini menggunakan present tense. Bagaimana? Sudah mengerti?
I got it, ma'am.
Oke, selanjutnya kita akan mencoba untuk membaca cerita naratif, yaitu judulnya adalah Cinderella. Nah, silakan gadis untuk membaca cerita Cinderella.
Once upon a time, there was a queen named Cinderella. All of the animals loved her, especially two mice named Goose and Jack. They'd do anything for the girl Cinderella. Cinderella lived with her stepmother and her two stepsisters, Anastasia and Drizella. They were very mean to Cinderella, making her work all day cleaning, sewing, and cooking. She tried her best to make them happy. Cinderella's stepmother, Lady Tremaine, was cold, cruel, and jealous of Cinderella's charm and beauty. She enjoyed giving Cinderella extra chores to do, such as bathing her cat, Lucifer. One day, a messenger arrived with a special invitation. There was going to be a royal ball at a palace. The king wanted his son to find a bride. Every young woman in the kingdom was invited, including Cinderella. Cinderella was very excited about the ball. In the attic, she found a dress that had belonged to her mother. It was a bit old-fashioned, but Cinderella could make it beautiful. Lady Tremaine didn't want Cinderella to go to the ball. She wanted the prince to meet Anastasia and Drizella. Maybe he would marry one of them. Lady Tremaine kept Cinderella busy with chores that would take her all night to finish. While Cinderella was working, the mice and birds fixed her dress. They added ribbons and beads that the two stepsisters had thrown away. Work done, the animals turned a simple dress into a fabulous gown. Cinderella was overjoyed when she saw the dress. Now she could go to the ball. Oh, thank you so much, Cinderella said to Goose, Jack, and the birds. When the stepsisters saw their old ribbons and beads on Cinderella's dress, they flew into a rage. They ripped the dress and pulled off the beads. Lady Tremaine didn't stop them. Cinderella's dream of going to the ball was true. Cinderella ran away to the garden to cry. Suddenly, her godmother appeared. With a wave of her wand, she turned a pumpkin into the elegant coach. Cinderella could now go to the ball, but her dress was still ruined. Bibbidi bobbidi boo, said the fairy godmother, waving her wand again. Cinderella was now wearing a beautiful gown and sparkling glass slippers. Bibbidi bobbidi boo, said the fairy godmother, waving her wand again. Cinderella was now wearing a beautiful gown and sparkling glass slippers. But all of this came with a warning. When the clock struck midnight, the magic spell would wear off. At the ball, Prince Charming couldn't take his eyes off Cinderella. The orchestra played, and the prince began to dance with the wonderful girl whose name he still didn't know. For Cinderella, the night was a dream come true. Before too long, the clock began to strike midnight. Goodbye, Cinderella said, hurrying away. Come back, called the prince. I don't even know your name. As Cinderella fled, one of her glass slippers came off. The prince sent a grand duke to find the girl who fit the glass slipper. Lady Tremaine locked Cinderella, but Cinderella's most friend freed her. The Lady Tremaine tripped the Grand Duke and the glass slippers shattered, but Cinderella had the other in her pocket, a neat fit. Cinderella and Prince were soon married. Everyone rejoiced, including Cinderella's most friends, who wore special outfits to the wedding. Filled with joy, Prince Charming and Cinderella lived happily ever after. The end.
Okay, good. Oke, setelah ini kita akan mencoba membuat sebuah cerita dari kerangka yang sudah saya siapkan. Baik, kita buka lagi ke PowerPoint. Slide terakhir. Nah, di sini ada namanya kerangka cerita. Yang pertama, there lived a crow on a treetop. And then a second is the crow was amazed by the feat of the eagle. The third is one day he was so excited that he wanted to imitate the eagle. And the last is he crashed on the ground and broke his beak. Nah, dari kerangka 4 ini silahkan buat sebuah. Nah, buat ceritanya ini di mana saya sudah siapkan Padlet dan linknya ini sudah saya berikan lewat WhatsApp group. Jadi silahkan kembangkan cerita menurut versi kamu. Pokoknya si cerita ini harus berurutan dengan kerangka yang sudah saya siapkan. Oke, silakan. I will give you 2 minutes to write the story. Okay, start it for now. Have you done it?
I have done, ma'am.
Okay, let's see. The crow and the eagle. There lived a crow on a treetop. Every day he used to watch with utter wonder the eggs of an eagle. The eagle had a nest high up on a mountain. He used to swoop down from there to get hold of a lamb and fly up again, and all in one go. The crow was amazed by the feat of the eagle. One day he was so excited that he wanted to imitate the eagle. So up he flew as high as he could. From there he began to swoop down. He came down and down, but alas he could not control himself. He crashed on the ground and broke it. Okay, good. What a good story. Jadi sudah bisa ya membuat cerita dari kerangka cerita?
Bisa, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so I think that's all from our meeting. Next week, we will learn about the next story named Recount Text. And I will give you a homework, so please do it at home. Okay, thank you. Thank you for your good cooperation and attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.